welcome back to Anarchy in the Ukulele. Me, KD, here today with this Flight Carabao Lite Baritone. Now these have been produced in conjunction with the Southern Ukulele Store, and when I saw Alex put a post up this week, knowing that we needed another baritone in the Anarchy band, and we wanted one that was a reasonable price because, you know, we've been out on tour and our last one actually got a bit damaged and a bit bashed recently, so I didn't want to spend too much. And these are currently retailing at around about £200. And anyway, I saw the spec of it and I thought I fancy giving one of those a go. So this has only just come in, so we might wander a little bit on the tuning, but I'll try and keep it tuned up for you. But first off, the looks of the instrument. So some of you may have noticed it has a bit of a resemblance to a Flight Iris. Now that's because it is modelled on the Flight Iris, and the pick guard on the Flight Iris, it's a black ukulele with plain black top, and it has the bright blue pick guard. Now that styling doesn't really do it for me. When I saw this styling, I was a little bit bowled over. I love that it's got a wooden pick guard, and it's a mango pick guard because it is a mango sides and back, which mango wood just looks beautiful, I think, and this looks particularly nice. It is laminate side and back, but the look of it really does finish this ukulele off, and it looks quite striking, and I really like having the mango pick guard on the front. The top is spruce, and it is a solid top, so it's a solid spruce top. We've got this cream binding going around the front and back. Again, really nice, pretty subtle, very, very subtle rosette, and what looks like a mother of pearl inlay. I'm not too sure on what that is, or whether it's abalone. Flight headstock, very similar to the Iris, with the Flight logo on top in the ebony black, the sort of piano shiny black, which is really nice. Open gear tuners, pretty much, let's show you down on this one. Open gear tuners, pretty much the norm with Flight, very, very good quality. There's one thing I've noticed that I don't like, which is the serial number on the top. I really wish they'd hide the serial numbers away a little bit more, because on an instrument that's £200 we don't really need to see it. So I'm quite happy to have the serial number in the sound hole somewhere, or slightly hidden away, because I think it ruins the look of the top having that on there. And there is, right on the back there, Southern Ukulele logo, which hopefully we can see in there, right on the back. Fingerboard, you've got the inlays, which I really like. So I like the side inlays, and I like that it's one inlay that goes along the edge and over the top. It kind of curves round a little bit, so you get to see it from both angles. And the side inlays just make sense to me, massive sense, because you can see them nice and clearly, nice and easily. Quite often when you're going up the neck you might be barring. I just find it easier with the side inlay, so I'm a big fan of those. Let's have a little look at the specs. So it has a solid spruce top. Nice. I find spruce tops a little bit plain normally, and I'm a bit disinterested in them. However, because it's got the wooden pick guard on, which is a mango pick guard, I really like that contrast, and I just think that pick guard adds a bit of interest to the top of this ukulele, so I really like that. I know some people aren't a fan of pick guards and say you don't need them on a ukulele, and I kind of agree you don't, but as a bit of decoration and a bit of interest. 38 width nut. Again, that seems to be more and more popular. I like it. I particularly like it on a baritone. I don't know why. I guess the dreaded word of slightly being more guitar-like, but I do like it on a baritone. So 38 width, 38mm nut. It has a 20.75 inch scale length, so baritone scale length, as you would expect. Indian rosewood fingerboard and bridge. Really, really nice condition on this one. It's got that kind of two-tone to it, which I really like. so little bits of the lighter tone showing through, but plenty of dark wood as well. Really smooth, and on the bridge as well, there is nothing sharp or jaggedy about that bridge or the fingerboard. Beautifully smooth down the sides, so really nice. It has a bone, nut and saddle. It's a compensated saddle as well. So strings, it just says black nylon strings, and then you've got a wound C and G string, and they are silver wound strings. I like the strings, kind of worth brownish, I guess. I like them, and I like having the two wound strings on a baritone. I think that works really well for those lower ones. This has the Flight double pickup in, the CU1 I believe it's called. Same pickup I believe that you find in Fireballs and things like that. It's a really nice pickup. It's not a passive pickup, which would have made this instrument perfect for me because I like a passive pickup. Got a jack socket in the end there, but it is a nice pickup. The batteries seem to last a fair amount of time in this compared to some of the pickups that have like built-in tuners and all of that kind of thing, and EQ. You have got a tone knob, so you have a volume and a tone knob, but that's as far as it goes. But set the tone flat, do your EQing either in a preamp or let the engineer do it is my advice, and just control your volume coming out your jack socket in the end there. You also get, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go and get it because it's quite nice, and it was quite an important buy. Our last two baritones that we've used in the band have been Carlas, and they don't come with gig bags, which I find quite annoying, particularly when it's a baritone. So I'm going to grab it. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, so padded gig bag. I mean, kind of nothing special, not overly padded, but enough to protect it. I really like this blue. I don't know what you call this blue, because it's not quite a navy, it's not a royal blue. It's really nice. I think it's really classy looking, but a good touch. £200, and you get a gig bag with it to help protect your ukulele out and about. Really like that. Nice touch. So, tone wise, I do this in reviews, and I'm going to put it out there fairly early. I really like it. I really like this instrument. Tone wise, it's loud without being too loud and sort of harsh sounding. I don't know if that makes sense. The last baritone we had, which was a Carabao Lite, I found it quite dead sounding. This, so much more life in it. Again, I'm going on what I want from a band point of view, and I want an instrument that I can really kind of cut into. And what I mean by that is I might be strumming something like that, but I want to really do the offbeats hard. So what's really important for me from a band point of view is dynamic range. And this seems to have it to me. I can finger pick and play softly. But I can also hit it. Just getting loads of dynamic range out of it. I'm getting that kind of tone that I want for what I want to use this for, which, like I say, is very much in a band situation. But I also play a bit of lead on a baritone, and I do kind of and I know that I'll be able to hear that when I'm playing. Recently it's just felt like I'm twanging the strings so hard to try and get a lead line out of it. This I know straight away is going to be so much better. So tone wise, it's not overly bright, but it's not dull. I guess as you're playing more chords on it, there's obviously more bass, and it's very, to me, it sits in the middle, and that's what I really want, because if I want the brighter tone in it, I can play a brighter tone. I can do that. If I want a softer tone, this does it. Sometimes with instruments you find that the difference between the soft and the bright is just too similar. This is really, really nice. Sustain wise, again, it's got a really nice, it's still just about going, really nice level of sustain. And the one that we've been using has just been very flat and very kind of, just everything sounds dead, like you're not really pressing the strings down properly, and the sustain's just not there. With this, I always think it's really hard to pick that up on a microphone and on a camera, but the sustain is really, really nice to me. I really like it. Really good length. It's not echoey and boomy, and there's not kind of notes poking out at you, which sometimes ukuleles with longer sustain can have, because some of the strings seem to sustain longer than other strings. This one very, very even. So really, really nice. Really, really like that. What else is there to say about this ukulele? So far, we've had it a few days. I'm a big fan of it. It's got a tie bar bridge. I'm perfectly happy with that. In fact, I think I prefer it over a pin bridge. I know Paul's Fireball sometimes fires a pin across the room, but I like a tie bar bridge. I think that's nice, easy to handle and to change. I like the styling of it. I like it a lot. Actually, it's probably plainer than most of the ukes that I've got, because my real sort of two ukes that I use are the AnarchyInTheUkulele Lion, which is bright orange, and the Carla Revelator, which kind of has a striking look just because of the shape of it. I really like Sammy's 4SB, again for the striking difference. So this one's a much plainer one than any of those, but I really like it mainly because you've still got this contrast with the pick guard. And normally pick guards wouldn't be something that interests me that much, but I just think it adds to a spruce top really, really nicely. So I think they've stumbled across a design element there for spruce tops that, for instance, you could not have the pick guard, but you could have the rosette a bit like the 4SB, but in the mango, as a possible another design for a different ukulele. But that contrast, the contrast is what I really like. So yeah, these are currently, they're £199. I think, looking just now on my phone, some of the ukulele store have already sold out of the baritones. I think they've got some tenors left in as I film this. How long those will last for. We got the baritone because that's what we were using. The tenor, I imagine, is going to have a very similar sound, and certainly Alex has done a video that has got both ukuleles on, so that is worth watching, definitely. It's really, really nice. We're gonna use this for our next round of gigs coming up in a few weeks. We'll be at Winchester Ukulele Festival, Dis Ukulele Day. There's a couple more possibles in the calendar. We're having a big concert here called Anarchy in the Garden in September, and we'll be selling tickets for that shortly. And then we're at Bracklesham weekend in October in Eastbourne. So we're going to use this for that round of gigs and see how we get on with it. But my prediction is that this is going to suit us better than what we've been using recently. So I'm really looking forward to taking this out and having a gig with it. That's everything from me. I hope you've enjoyed the review. Please do like, subscribe and ring the bell, and I'll see you next time.